Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And when we last left our hero, we had just killed those monkeys who absolutely hate us. So what you just saw me do there is I put Puppeteer onto my ninjutsu bar because it's the only one that I will actually end up using. And now we're just gonna go into all of our stats, get stronger by using our monkey memory. Perfect. And we'll see what skills are available for purchase. Also, of course, prayer bead necklace. Get stronger. Who doesn't want to be strong? I want to be strong. If only I were strong. But alas. But yeah, so as I said earlier, I mostly prioritize always, yellows. Because they're always going to give me some benefit even if I'm not actively trying. That one's actually really good. So, we know what we're going to build next.
何故参られたのですか。
不思議りを求めに。
抜けぬ刀とご存知か。
ああ。
抜けぬとは抜いて帰った者がおらぬということ。それでも試されるのですか。
抜こう。
そうですか。わかりました。覚悟が終わりならば改められよ。なぜ皆死をいとわぬのですか。あなたは一体。その右目、流因の呪いを受けているのですね。
不思議り。確かにもらい受けた。
あなたは流因の巫女に仕えるお方なのですね。
ああ。
何故不思議りを求めるのですか。
宣教に竜の涙を手に入れ、不死立ちを果たすために。
なるほど。読んだことがあります。流因を断つ術があると。つまり巫女は流因を厭われておいでなのですね。
そうだ。
巡り合わせとは。いいなものですね。私は越智の巫女たちの一人、死なずの愚道者たちが作り上げた偽りの流因を持つ者です。
巫女たちとは。
まともに育ったのは私だけ。他の皆はここに眠っています。
そうか。
不死を断つことが正しいのかは分かりません。なれど流因が人の生き方を歪める。それを憎むのは私も同じ。巫女の忍びよ、私もあなたの一助となりましょう。お手を。
なんだ。
北条を。
これは米か。
はい、お米は大事と存じます。噛めば噛むほど甘くなり、 元気も出ましょう。巫女の忍びよ、ようこそおいでくださいました。すみません。お米またさようなあなたの行く末に豊かな実りのあらんことを。
Perfect. So a lot just happened there. We did meet the Divine Child, and she said right there, and as we already knew, the monks at the Senpo Temple were trying to attain immortality, and they killed a metric butt ton of children to do it, and she is the only one who survived. She is the guardian of the Mortal Blade, which is the sword that Ishin told us about, that we need in order to be able to kill someone who is truly immortal. Now, in normal circumstances, it's impossible to draw the blade because it kills you, but because we are...
Oh, Sekiro ka. これはナイフのネズミどもよ。こやつらはどこからでも入り込む。切ってもキリがないわ。時に赤炉極めたか。まだ足りぬわ。赤炉よ。さらにキリ。
So that's Ishin. If you have maxed out, if you've maxed out any of the skills on any of your trees for shinobi arts, he will then give you a 5th one. We haven't done that yet, but we are going to go down into the valley now to go look for the flower to help get to the Divine Realm. But as I was saying, if you draw the Mortal Blade, it kills you. Now, because we have immortality gifted to us from Kuro, because, you know, he's the Miko, we are able to resurrect and we are able to obtain the blade. So we've obtained the blade, clearly. The thing that I do want to quickly mention is, as was stated there, the Divine Child said that she wanted to help us. Now, that's pretty much our hint for a division that's going to occur, and she is the one who gives us the proper, full, good ending. So if we complete her full quest line, that is the ending we're going to be going with. The other one is provided through Emma, but again, don't worry, I am going to be showing exactly how to get both of them, so that way when you get to the final end and it says, would you like to pick 1, 2, or 3, well, you can pick whichever one floats your boat. So right now, we are actually heading down, past through the gun, we were given the Gunfort key by Kuro, so that we could go down here and start our quest for the flower and the rock that we then need to use in order to eventually attain the Divine Realm. It is guarded by a bunch of people who like to use guns, and it's super scary. And by scary, I mean really, really annoying. They will shoot you from miles away. You won't even be able to see them, and they will just come out of nowhere and shoot you. They also have probably one of the most annoying mini-boss fights that exist. But we'll get to them very soon. And by them I mean her. Well, there are 2 of them, but they're both female. So we'll get to the hers in a sec. Also, I tried real hard there. Tried to death from above. I saw the red dot and did not work. I've mentioned it before, but for a game that is, you know, specialized in having such, you know, tight combat, the way their death from above works is just really finicky and fails more than it succeeds, in my opinion. So yeah, there's a big gunpowder guy, and we're about to enter their territory, which is never a smart thing to do.
の鐘が聞こえら。
Now, I don't know if this is true, but it very much seems like the intent. Talking to that guy there, though, fair warning, I'm sure a lot of people, when they played, missed him because he's A, really small, and B, out of the way in the corner. Also, wow, I almost died there. But I feel like that's the developers attempting to encourage you to go to Senpo Temple before you try to come over here. Ideally, like the route that I'm progressing here is the route that you should, air quotes, be taking. Also, this is the really annoying mini-boss. She's super strong, uses guns, and also her grab is really annoying. Especially for me, I'm really bad at dodging / jumping away from it. But I feel like that NPC dying there is the developer's attempt to say, hey, maybe don't go here yet until you've finished Senpo Temple. Because, I mean, obviously by going through Senpo Temple, you can get a fair few prayer beads, you get, the monkey memory, so overall your strength and your stamina and health should be quite a bit higher than if going through there than just coming up here first. But I don't know, I could be making that up. It's just how I feel. In my bones. It's knocking on my window. It's slowly letting me go. I know this feeling this feeling in my bones. And by that, I mean, oh my gosh, this woman... I'm real bad at the grab. I don't know if I'm supposed to be jumping. I'm not sure if I should be dodging backwards, sideways. I don't know. Point is, she's kind of trapped in the corner, and I don't want to give her any respite, because I really depend on having her posture meter fill up. But we got through her. There is one more later on. Depending on how lucky you get, it can be an easy fight or a really, really bad fight. So hopefully we'll get easy. And here you're like, oh, this is great. Look at this bridge. Now, I'm pretty sure that they've timed this perfectly so that if you're just running straight across the bridge like most people would want to do, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Ah, no. But it doesn't matter. But if you're running across the bridge like I assume many people will, I think they tried to time it in such a way that their first volley of shots will hit you as you try to jump over the gap, and so a lot of people will fall down there. It shouldn't, I don't think, kill you. There are I think you can quite easily get a grapple hold in order to survive it, but I think that's a nice thing that the developers intended to have happen, of people charging across the bridge, and right when they see the hole and go to jump, they get shot, interrupted, and immediately fall. So yeah, so we're just going to quickly break straight into their gun fort. Interesting thing that doesn't really matter here because I didn't end up, touching on it. There's actually a lot of, on the ground, just leading up to this fort, there are a lot of pressure pads essentially, and when you walk over them it explodes like with a gunshot, and then it alerts everybody in the area, and there's a lot of them, so you actually have to look and see where they are, because if you try hard enough you can obviously see them. And then you can just meander through them and try to avoid everything to not, announce everything to everyone. Also, here is our second mini-boss, which is these Wolverine guys. This one's a bit more scary than the one in Senpo. Now, the one in Senpo, it's actually if you're not looking around the areas and you're just kind of following the main path, it's very easy to miss that first boss fight, or that mini-boss in Senpo. This one you can't avoid. You need to fight it. And your first time through, it's quite scary because, again, this arena that we're stuck in is very small. There's barely any room for maneuvering. You do just full-on 100% need to, be able to parry his attacks. Because once you're comfortable parrying his attacks, he goes down so quickly it's not even funny. Barely a challenge. And we're just gonna steal everything now nailed down. Get it, I think that's a shinobi... Pardon me, I think that's a shinobi prosthetic. And we're just going to quickly explore around here, because I think that there's another prayer bead. A prayer bead or a gourd seed. One of the two, I believe. We'll find out soon enough, obviously. But, because again, those are the only two things I care about in this entire game. Anything else that I'm going to end up using, I just get naturally as you progress through and kill bosses. I did make a quick mention that I equipped, at the very beginning of the episode, that I equipped the puppeteer ninjutsu. That ninjutsu, essentially what it does is if you sneak up on an enemy, you can then, do an attack, so you get the red dot, you click the red dot, obviously, and then you can click it a second time, and you essentially take them over, and they become your ally in fights. Now, I don't need it for that, and yeah, I think those are prayer bead, but I don't use it for that. What I end up using it for is for that good ending. Also, I jumped to my death because I'm a genius, but for the good ending that I want to achieve, you need to use the Puppeteer Ninjutsu at 2 points. So it's the only one I bother equipping, because I did get one after I killed Genichiro, but I never used them. So just providing the information for that. I will say there is one other spot where you can use Puppeteer Ninjutsu, which is quite useful, and we're not going to get to it for a while, but it's just for a mini-boss. And essentially what ends up happening is, when you go into that fight, there's one of those leg ninjas that I really hate as a mini-boss, and there's another leg ninja beside him, like to the side. So I'm sure a lot of people encourage you to go forward, Puppeteer Ninjutsu the ninja to the side, and then he'll help you fight the mini-boss. I don't bother with it, just kill the ninja, and then face the mini-boss, because even though the enemy that you hit is your ally, you essentially still have friendly fire. So if he does a wicked kick or something, or a spin kick, because you know the leg ninjas love to zoom around, if he hits you, you take damage. But yeah, so here's another bridge, and as we've all learned, bridges are awesome and totally not scary at all, so we're just gonna, say screw this and drop down. I am kind of ruining it for you a little bit, my bad, I apologize, but the snake that we fought way earlier comes back there and attacks you on the bridge and knocks it down, and then you have to swim for your life and flee. And I'm just gonna avoid all that. I know where I end up. You end up dropped down into this water, and I'm just gonna try to swim for my life, because I don't want to die to the snake. As you saw there, the snake is really scary. But yeah, so this is where you end up. If you want to go sit on a bridge and wait for a snake to murder you, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. Live your best life. God, I hate that saying. But anyway, I said it. Can't take it back. It's there forever. Perfect. So we've actually gotten through into the valley, which was guarded by the gunners. And where we are now, we're actually in Monkey Land. Here's where all of the monkeys love to live. And they live in their little commune, in their little circles, and they make a whole bunch of monkey boos. And you wish I was joking, but I'm not. They quite literally make monkey boos. And also someone gave them guns, because whoever thought giving monkeys guns was smart is a dum-dum. We've all seen Planet of the Apes. We know how it ends. Poorly. Though, quick funny story, if you do end up actually going through and killing that whole group of monkeys there, one of them will drop monkey boos. And if you bring it in, talk to, Sculptor, he talks about how he lived with the monkeys for a while and drank their booze and stuff. So here is the ape. This ape, if you aren't aware, has a giant sword through his neck. I don't know about you, but I feel like if I ever got a sword through my neck, I would probably just die. I don't think I'd have much shot of surviving, but well, I'm also not, a 20-foot tall ape. So this fight is probably, my least favorite type of boss fights, where they're really hectic and they just kind of run around really far, and you rely a lot less on parrying than you do on positioning. But not like fun positioning, more like run to the side, run as far around as possible. So it's going to be a bit of a rough fight. I feel like, I hate that attack right there. It's just, you'd think you have a lot of opportunities to hit him. You don't. So it ends up being, for how I approach the fight, it ends up being very much like kind of how I approached the Flaming Bull at the beginning, if you remember that. Where I'd, constantly be running around them and kind of chasing after them. The only downside is that here, the monkey has a lot of grab attacks, and if those attacks hit you, well, you're in a lot of trouble. Also, it's one of those situations where, for the most part, the beast battles, you are concentrating a lot more on just getting rid of their health bars rather than, the way that the system is initially designed, which is, yes, you can take away their health bars, but if you, play really well, you can also quite easily fill their posture meters and kill them with posture instead. Now, I do think that there is a way, I can't recall if it's here or later, spoiler, and by spoiler I mean like 2 minutes from now, where the loaded spear shinobi tool, I believe. Oh, that was really bad for me. I got grabbed. Ow. I'm sorry. But I think that it's the loaded shinobi spear tool is a good way to easily kill the ape. I don't actually know, because again, I've said before, like, I have nothing against shinobi tools. I just tend not to ever use them, because, I don't know, that's just how I roll. So if you know how to use the loaded spear to make this fight super easy and trivial, then by all means go to it. There's no reason not to. I'm going to end up at the end of this game with like 50,000 spirit emblems that I've never even touched. Please, please, Monkey Man, die. You only have one health bar, right? Totally. There's totally only one health bar this whole fight. And you're dead. Get out of here. Look at that, I'm gonna get the message. It's gonna be like, you're the greatest. Oh, you have no head. You are for sure dead now, sir. Haha, sucker. Shinobi execution, right? Yeah, there it is. Totally means he's dead, right? Spoilers, you're actually wrong. It's a gotcha fight. It makes you think that you've killed him, but he actually comes back to life for a phase 2. I actually don't mind it for the monkey fight, if we're gonna be honest. I know I've said earlier that I'm not a fan of, hidden phases, because it makes you... it's really bad for when you're trying to manage your resources, the limited resources that you have for a fight. So it creates a situation where you think you're safe, and then, spoilers, you're totally not, and then you're left with, like, no gourds. I don't mind it here just because, overall, it is only a 2-phase fight. So it's not as bad as something like, oh, I've just fought, a boss for 3 phases, and surprise, 4th phase, and then you kind of cry in a corner. I will say at least this fight here is a lot more sword-based than, the Wild Monkey, but it also is a lot more hot garbage because he does have that scream attack, which you've seen him do like 4 times. Terror is probably the worst thing in the entire game. Also, ow, that hurt me very, very much. But yeah, Terror is probably the worst thing that exists in this game, just because it is very much like petrification in Dark Souls, whereas if the meter fills, you just die. And he will just, throw his head forward and do that yell as much as possible, so you pretty much need to always be aware, see right there, and you almost have to start running away before he even does, before the warning appears above your head for it. Oh man, and it just hits you so hard, and is so damaging. The only good news is that if you're actually playing properly, not like me, oh my gosh, you can usually get, a couple free hits in when you run back in. Now, unfortunately, I'm now in a position where I have absolutely no healing left. Not a good start. Not a good start. You versus me. My 1 health bar versus your 1 health bar. Unfortunately, my health bar goes down in like 3 hits, whereas yours will take 30. So, totally fair. Nice. Funny story, if you get a perfect parry on that huge overhand one, you kind of stagger him and you can get some free hits. Oh my gosh, Monkey, you fly so high. That is one of the other gripes when you have boss fights that are in really big arenas, whereas the boss, runs around a lot and it's very, the mobility of the bosses is very high, is it's very easy to have your camera broken on you. And I don't know about you, but I get very sad when the camera doesn't, do what it was initially supposed to be doing, and it just kind of breaks on me. And I mean, I'll speaking is hard, words are hard, but I'll openly admit that, it's obviously not easy to have a camera do exactly what you want anytime you want. But at the same time, when you're in a boss fight that's like, we are quite literally, on the verge of death, and if the camera were to break on me, I would just cry. Now, so far, everything's working hunky-dory for me, and I don't want to, jinx myself. Oh god, as I say that, I immediately get hit with so much terror. Please, no. Sir, you have, like, a third of a health bar left, and I die in 1 hit. Please stop. Please don't yell. Oh my gosh. If this isn't high-octane, I don't know, high-stress situation, I don't know what is. Monkey man, stop throwing your head forward and yelling. Now, for those who aren't aware, and I'm afraid this is the part of the lore that I'm not quite sure on, this monkey has a centipede inside of him. And for some reason, these centipede things are immortal. If you'd like to know more, I'm pretty sure Vadi Video would have a video about it, but I can't remember why the things are immortal. And so what ends up happening is, if you actually spend time around like those weird Senpo monks, they also have centipedes inside them. And we'll meet a couple guys elsewhere that also will have centipedes inside them. So essentially these centipedes, whatever they are, give this fake immortality type deal. Where rather than, me who is immortal but comes back 100%, they kind of go crazy and it's not super great. Also, please, here we go. Now's the time. Yes, oh my god, we did it. And surprise, it's a centipede thing. Gross. But we killed him. He's gone forever. We're never going to see him again. Easy peasy. Now, it turns out that what the monkey was actually protecting was the super rare flower that we need. And we'll just run through here, grab the flower. Perfect, there it is. And we got the memory. And we also got a slender finger. And we are one step closer to it, reaching the divine realm. So we're going to quickly run, sit at the sculptor idol, consume our memory, check for any more shinobi arts that we can upgrade. Perfect, that's a really good one. And consume our memory. Perfect, and then we're going to teleport out, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.